Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktails, Dirty Discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Baby Prostitute. The ingredients that Baby Prostitute calls for are 16 ounces of lemon-flavored liqueur, 12 ounces of gin, 8 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 24 paper-thin lemon slices, ice, 16 ounces of chilled club soda, and 8 mint sprigs. And this is how you're going to make it. So in a pitcher, combine the lemon liqueur, gin, and lemon juice, cover and refrigerate until chilled, at least about 2 hours. Press 3 thin lemon slices against the inside of each of the 8 Collin glasses that you're going to use. Add ice to the glasses, stir the lemon liqueur mixture, and pour it into the glasses. Stir 2 ounces of club soda into each drink and garnish with a mint sprig. And that is a Baby Prostitute.
Medina, is that what y'all were drinking this weekend?
I feel like I was drinking a little Baby Prostitute. Like, no, but we weren't. We were drinking tequila. Tequila and champagne has been my liquid diet lately. I really need to slow up. I
do
really
understand.
do.
I've been forced to slow up, and I'm not happy about it. Fuck allergies. Okay, welcome back to Cocktails, Dirty Discussions, you guys. How was your weekend?
My weekend was impeccable, Kiki.
Well, that's good.
I had a really good, fun weekend. There was something specific I wanted. Don't you hate when you forget what you did, but then when I get home and I'm be like, dang, why didn't I say I did this?
I've been trying to write it down in my notes so I don't forget. That's what I've been doing lately.
I know what it is. So one of my really good girlfriends, her name is Nina. Happy belated birthday. She had a birthday party and she had like a sex-themed girls' night birthday party. Mm-hmm. Everybody wore lingerie. Mm-hmm. Everybody was just like super sexy. Makeup done. Hair done. One of my friends, Brittany, like did like a whole little spread and each of the dishes had like a sex name. She just really wanted to do like the cute thing, and the cool thing is it was kind of like in honor of cocktails. She loves cocktails. Her friends love cocktails. Us. And so they did a whole little like cocktails themed party. It was really dope. How to eat a banana? Shantae. She came. She was super dope. She taught us how to suck dick. I mean, I already knew how to, but she taught me some tricks that I did use that night. And then she taught us how to make our booties clap. I was really in there trying. I looked like I was having a seizure.
She tried to teach me at work one day. It's hard. It is so hard.
My back was arched. I was on my tippy toes. My feet are still sore from having my bunion removal. Like, they're always still sore. And so I was like, girl, I made one clap.
She's got some tricks up her sleeve.
She has tricks. She taught us how to then, she was like, okay, let's do something easier and bend down and do like the left cheek, right cheek. I was struggling.
Was that easier?
It wasn't.
I didn't think so.
I mean, we looked a mess. Some girls looked a mess. I was one of them. But some girls were getting it.
I would have been looking a mess.
I was looking a whole mess. I had to take my shoes off. I was really trying.
And that's the worst, when you're really trying hard. Like, you putting your all into it and it still ain't hitting.
And then your friends start trying to give you some support. Like, it's okay, girl. Like,
let me help.
Bitch,
move. I'm trying to get it. I'm focused.
She taught us how to ride, which was good because I'm not really a great dick rider. I can do it for a little bit and then she taught us some little tricks to not get tired.
For your knees?
Yeah, for your knees so that your thighs don't start burning. It was really beneficial.
I'm gonna have to. I still have not been to her classes, and I hate that I always miss it. But I'm usually gone the last weekend of the month, and she does her class on the last Saturday. But one day,
it was a lot.
Maybe I should have her do a party for me here, and invite listeners or something. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and just do the party. Yeah, and that could be fun. I don't know. We'll see. Fun. Shantae expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what we can work out while I'm over here volunteering to sponsor shit. Hold on.
It's fine. And then after that, we went to Oak. And turned the fuck up.
I still haven't been to Oak.
It's fun.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. What'd you do?
I was in Houston all weekend. So after I got off work on Friday, I flew out there. I was so tired when I got there. I checked into my hotel and went to sleep. My flight was delayed. I was so annoyed. And I took a later flight than I usually do. Because usually I get there with enough time to like check in, relax, and then go hit the streets. That did not happen. And then all day Saturday and Sunday, I was kind of working. I did a photo shoot on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get the pictures back. He was showing me proofs. Or not proofs, but the pictures on the camera. And I was like, when you get a photographer, like a real photographer, not like a beginner one, who really knows what they're doing with their camera and the settings and the lighting, it just makes the world of difference. Like, I was just like, this is not what I saw in the mirror, and you ain't even edited this shit yet. It was just looking good. And then Kevin had beat my face, and I'm mad at him because he's going to be gone in September, can't do our makeup. And I was like, no, Kevin, I was just in your chair on Saturday afternoon, and I told you what was going on. I think he does a lot of celebrities. He's done a lot of stuff for like Sephora. Like, he was posting how a lot of the makeup artists who have their own makeup lines, he's like, oh, it's so cool to walk into Sephora to re-up supplies and you see your work. And he's showing like pictures. That man is so talented, but he's so booked and busy. So whatever, Kevin. Okay, so I did the photo shoot. I went on the Typical Tea podcast. It's a podcast with 3 women in Houston. That was an interesting experience. They were drunk as hell. One of the girls was like, they had gone out. They had been drinking all day. So went to their studio, did the show with them, and then one of the girls was like, I'm the one who's always flirting with you on Instagram. And honestly, I still didn't know who she was. It wasn't ringing a bell until she sent me I saw her post something else. So I was like, let me see what she's DM'd me in the past. A lot of y'all girls be sending me messages on Instagram, flirting. Somebody asked if I was going to be wanting to make a cocktail with her after the live show in Houston. I was like, ma'am, y'all, women are aggressive.
The amount of female attention I'm getting for the Dallas show is really overwhelming. I'm like, do we need security?
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like guys can be aggressive too, but girls, it's just like, I don't know if girls just feel more comfortable because it's another girl or what, but I'm like,
a bitch really was like, Medina,
but I'm flattered.
I'm gonna eat your booty when you come to Dallas. You cannot say that. You can, but like, you can't. If a nigga would have said it, it would have been like, ugh. But the bitch was like, just like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, girls they will say whatever. They'll touch you. It just doesn't matter. And I was like, oh Lord. Then Sunday, I hung out with my family some more. My sisters came to the photo shoot with me, so that was fun. And then they came to the podcast with me. And then Sunday, I saw my sisters, my brother-in-law, my nieces. We went to this cute little donut shop. I just don't know how my sister does it. And shout out to all the moms out there, whether you have a man or not. It's just a lot. Like, I was in the donut shop. I was getting overwhelmed. Just 3 girls, 9, 6, and a year old. It was just a lot. It was a lot. That was like birth control. And I was only with them for like 20 minutes. And then I had to go to the Social Complex pod. And they, that's another Houston-based pod. They were on an episode when I was in Houston, and I did one with them. Those guys are really cool. That was fun, too. That episode will be out on Wednesday. So, well, it would have come out yesterday by the time you guys hear this. And we had some really interesting conversations. And for me, it's always refreshing to have a conversation with guys who are very well-spoken. And it's not just a bunch of ignorant conversations, which can be fun at times. But it was just nice to listen to men talk with, like, real thoughts, real opinions, who were respectful. And they weren't just going to agree with me. They weren't, like, trying to flirt with me and come on to me. It was just, like, a really good experience. So I hope y'all check them out. And then I went to the turkey leg hut, and I was in line for 3 hours, but I was already there, so I was just like, well, I want to try it. Y'all, I still ain't been able to eat that food.
Wait, why? I don't get it.
Well, it's so much. It's like a whole turkey leg, and they put other stuff on it. So I ate some while I was there, and then I brought the rest back because I went there before I went to the airport to fly back. And it was just so much food, but since I've gotten back, I haven't had an appetite.
Wait, you brought it back to Atlanta?
Yes, I was at the airport. I mean, I went there, and then I went to the airport. Well, I wasn't leaving that.
My turkey leg today.
I surely am, and I brought it for lunch, and I still haven't been able to eat it, so I feel like I'm going to have to throw it away, and I'm really sad about it. But the food is really good. The line was worth the wait, and I don't like waiting in lines, especially if I'm hungry. But I waited. It was so much fun, and I'm glad I went. I'll probably be back one day. We really could have all shared that. What else? Oh, one other thing. So I met this guy named Chris at this club one night. I went out Saturday night.
Is this a cocktail?
No, not at all. It was just funny. So I posted him. He was a cute guy. He was like friends with some of the guys I was with and the girls that I was with. But I posted him, and he was saying something about like wanting to meet girls. I said, I'm going to post you on my story. I was telling him about the show and all of that. So the girls from out of town were like, oh, he's cute. Who is that? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I tagged him. Y'all go slide in the DMs. All the girls from Houston who follow me were like, that nigga is trash. Don't be publicizing him. He's trash. They're sending me their own stories about stuff that has happened with them. One of my really good friends who I was with, she was like, he is horrible. She's telling me stories. I was like, damn, has he ran through everybody in Houston or at least tried to? Chris, you should know better.
Ooh.
You knew that you was out here like that. He must have thought since I wasn't from Houston that I didn't have no Houston followers. But the girls were giving me the tea, okay? He was cute, though. So if y'all do it anyway, be careful.
That was an intense.
But that was it.
Yeah, you walked us through your whole weekend.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on to weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
So this week's weird sex is about this woman. My mother actually sent me this story, and I just thought it was so gross. So this woman, Danielle, Hui. She's 20 years old. She got charged Thursday after her roommate, Taylor Goldenberg, who's 24, told the cops that she saw the horrific abuse of her dog unfold on a motion sensor nanny cam. So basically, the girl Danielle who got charged, she made the dog perform oral sex on her. And the roommate, whose dog that is, she saw it on the nanny cam. So when she confronted her roommate, she admitted that her pants were off, but said that she was wearing underwear and didn't get any pleasure from it. And she just said it was a bizarre accident. Now, how the fuck a dog is licking your pussy and that's an accident? Like, who would even let a dog get that close to their vagina? Like, that's crazy to me. She also said she would never knowingly commit a sexual act with an animal, and that she loved Colton. Colton is the dog. Although the two have had their differences in the past. Who the fuck talks about a dog like that? Yeah.
Did she get arrested?
Yes, she got arrested and she was charged. Like, bestiality is a crime. It's not just gross. It's like an actual crime. So, the judge ordered her to be released without bail after a brief arraignment. This happened in Brooklyn. And the roommate was just like, I'm happy that I'm safe and I'm happy that the dog is safe. I'm just hoping that this helps other people be aware that you never know who the fuck you live with. I added the fuck because I know that's what she was thinking. And she said she had been having suspicions about this dog, about the roommate and the dog for some time, which is why she got the nanny cam to begin with. And I'm just like, I really want to know, what was she doing that made you suspicious in the first place? Like, late at night, did she like walk the dog to her room? Was she drugging the dog? Like, was she talking to you about wanting a dog to do something? Did you see her watching doggy porn?
When you're if you're locked up with Taylor, and you're like, what you locked up for? Oh, I was letting the dog eat my pussy. Like,
it was Danielle.
Like, that's nasty, Danielle.
That's really gross. And don't be abusing the animals like that. Anyway, that was weird sex. Make sure y'all send me your stories if you see anything crazy. And somebody also updated me and said that whole maggot thing really can happen.
That's disgusting.
She saw some scientific reports. If you missed the cocktail last week because the episodes was fucked up, just go back. It's working out.
Y'all, we have a guest today. Her name is Brandi. I don't want to say your whole government. I was about to say your whole government. Let's not. We got Brandi. And before, say hey.
Hey, y'all.
Before we really introduce you, we are going to play a little game.
Okay.
Kiki and I like to play games to loosen people up just a little bit if the liquor isn't working. So we're going to play a nice little simple game of Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
That's nice. Like, so normally you would do it just like you can still take us
You lose?
because you've done everything.
Yes.
You about to be drunk?
I don't have to be drunk to tell you stories.
Okay, so if you've done it, take a sip.
And then we'll say who took a sip. Well,
yeah.
You gonna sip water, but it's
I'm
still a sip.
I'll say if I did it or not. Okay, you want to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go first. Okay. Never have I ever thought a family member was fine.
I just don't have those family members.
I gotta take a sip.
Oh my God. Okay.
Nobody thought that cousin was fine. Thank you, Ayana.
I don't have fine
I just
cousins.
don't have those cousins. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Your cousin's ugly?
It's
Some
not
cute
that they
cousins,
ugly. They're just
but
not my type. Maybe I don't know.
Shouldn't be
it's
mine
like that's
either.
your cousin, so it's like you put that wall up. You
my
know,
wall.
like
Yeah,
it's a mental block. Like he's cute, I put you on with somebody, but and that's the older cousins, the younger cousins. Okay, next one. Never have I ever slept with one of my teachers.
I wanted to.
I wanted to. Was it the professor that taught history class at Clark?
No.
Oh, I forgot his name, but he was
sex education teacher.
Dang,
Was
Clark
he
just
fine,
sounds
or was it just like being in that
I
class
think it
with
was
him?
the class. Honestly, he wasn't he wasn't tremendously handsome at all.
I had a law professor,
sexy.
and he was just so like caked up and bossy, and that's what it was. He wasn't even fine. He was probably fine back in the day, but he drove a Rolls Royce like as his everyday car. He had a
nice.
plane.
Okay. Well, money
what did
make
he
you do some
teach?
things. Okay.
He taught my law class, my sports law class, and he's like a really powerful lawyer. He actually taught for free.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you got it like that,
I know, right? That made my panties wet.
I think my
Professor
professor just
Hyde.
had that confidence.
What if he listens? He's like, hey, I've been listening.
Hey, well, hey, what's good?
I'm gonna send the jet. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right.
Okay, never have I ever dated a drug dealer or a murderer.
What about attempted murder?
Bitch, take a sip of something.
Okay, well, both. But I know a drug dealer for sure, but I think one of those niggas had an attempted murder
You know
charge. She
what?
got out.
I don't know. I dated a girl, and well, a few girls, but this one girl, she tried selling drugs. It was weed. It was a horrible job though, because
She
what
had like
would
an
do
entry
is
level position.
She would get the weed man to front her some drugs, and then she would smoke it and not make any money off of it, and then have to use her check to give
pay
him the money back. So then I had to pay the bills. It was no fun.
That's not fun at all. I'd be like, girl.
I had to end that one.
I bet you did. Okay. Never have I ever been asked to leave a love interest house. Yes, I have.
I'm trying to think, have I? I feel like I have.
Somebody's fiance walked me out one time. I think I told that cocktail.
Y'all
She
already
handed
know
me my
about Clarence
shoes.
Brown Jr.
I didn't even know she existed.
And that shit is embarrassing. Like when they're like, you gotta go.
And it was aftermath embarrassment because I still didn't know what was going on. I was a little hungover, you know. I'm just like, well,
You're
who's
grabbing
this? Is
your
this
stuff.
cousin?
Like, yeah.
Well, she had grabbed my stuff, so
She
she said it was time to go. Like she brought it to me and woke me up. It's time to go, and I was like,
Oh.
I guess.
what the fuck is going on? All right, well,
I guess it's time to go. Okay. Never have I ever told a man it cost money to sleep with me.
how did y'all say that?
I just didn't want to do it, honestly. So
that's
Look,
a good
a
one.
wise person once told me, if you want somebody to leave you alone, ask them for money. They'll either give it to you or they're gonna leave you. Most times they're gonna leave you the fuck alone.
yeah.
Miss Williams told me that. You remember Miss Williams?
Yes, of course.
Miss Williams told me that. Shout out to Miss Williams. Well, you never told anybody that, Key?
I should have.
Yeah, it works
But
every
no.
time, honestly.
I've said it in that way, but
I'ma
then I
try
have
it
also
next
said it
time.
in a way of like, I want some money.
Well, I've asked for some money, but I didn't say it cost money to fuck me. I just wanted some money.
I have asked for money, never basically said you got to pay to fuck. But I did, again, on the instance of not wanting to do anything with that person. I did, like...
Did y'all
a bill.
ask for like specific amounts?
I just said it's a bill. I was like, it's a bill. This is a bill. He didn't pay that bill, but oh well.
Oh, my God.
Okay, never have I ever slid into someone's DMs and they reject me or leave me on red.
I wasn't left on red. And it wasn't like a blatant no. It was just you wow, bro. So that's still a rejection.
I don't like when people say stuff like that. I slide in Drake's DMs every fucking day. I don't know if he sees them. I don't know if he reads them.
Well,
I don't know if he's rejecting me. But you know how some people, can't you turn that off?
Not on Instagram.
I feel like celebrities have a different code, and they can if they want.
No.
And I don't know.
So you think he's reading the messages and just... I
think
don't
he's
think he
just
sees
not
the
ready.
messages.
Yeah,
feel
there's like messages, and then there's more messages, and now they've added another
General
level.
and, like,
they're doing
primary.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you might accidentally delete this shit. It's like, well,
Yeah.
hold on, was
It's
it
like
cute?
3
Wait,
different-
oh, how do I shake it and bring it back?
How do I go back?
You can't.
So sad.
I have one last one.
Okay.
Never have I ever tasted urine?
No.
Whose urine did you taste?
My
Your
dog.
own? What the fuck?
It was an accident, and I thought that's so crazy because we were just talking about bestiality. I used to have a little toy poodle.
Yes,
he was a
explain.
puppy. When he got excited, he would piss everywhere. So I went to go take him to get groomed, and I went to go pick him up. And the person that groomed him was like, just take him out of the kennel. And it was one of those high kennels. And I picked him up and was like, Mystic. And he just started pissing everywhere, and it got all in my mouth. It was disgusting. and I accidentally swallowed some. So I didn't taste it on purpose. It was
Did you throw the dog?
No.
I would have.
That was my little
I dropped it.
baby.
Okay.
A dog, baby.
I'm embarrassed. That was our Never Have I Ever game with Brandi. What's up? So Brandi and I know each other because we did go to school together, but we didn't really didn't hang out in school. But you were always super dope, always positive, always smiling, and she was also on. What's the name of the show? My whole mind
Extreme Weightloss.
Extreme Weightloss. And I remember when you were on that show because I didn't watch that show. I watched it when you were on it though.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, our listeners.
All right. So I'm originally from Atlanta, born and raised, Stone Mountain specifically. You know, people be like, I'm from Atlanta. Really,
No,
I'm
you
from the
not.
suburbs of Atlanta. But so Stone Mountain, I went to Clark Atlanta University, graduated from there. I lost 151 pounds on a television show called Extreme Weightloss.
Congratulations.
And thank you very much.
150.
Yes. So I dropped a whole person. And since then, I've been maintaining my weight loss through dancing with a guy named Dwight of Dance Your Pounds Off. And from there, I went viral, kind of dancing with my shirt off. In a sense, it was me trying to just see what I couldn't, or see muscles contract that I couldn't really see for real. But I knew they existed. And I told myself, when I work out, my shirts will get caught up around my neck and stuff, and I'll be choking on them, and I didn't like it. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? If I were skinny, I would probably just take my shirt off. Why don't I just take my shirt off? And I did, and it went viral, and the response was really crazy, and were you
nervous to
viral.
take your shirt off?
To be honest, the first time the video was posted, Dwight had a huge following already. I probably only had 12,000 followers, honestly. And
because that's not huge.
But
that's just nothing. It's just.
But in the grand scheme of followers, I think he had 50K, and I was at 12. And so when we originally were dancing in class, I was just hot, so I took my shirt off. And at the end, he had somebody record, and I didn't really know
that was
he was gonna post it.
Were you why did you post that?
Originally, I'm not that type of person. Nah, I honestly looked at it, and I was like, oh. This is going to go one of two ways. Because I've had friends who have had experiences, with social media just taking their shit and going left with it. I had one girl jumping off the side of a boat and they turned her into Shamu. So, it's, the internet can go any way with this shit, And so, basically, the response was so positive on his page that it made me post it on my page. And next thing I know, Essence reposted, BET was reposting it. It went Anthony Anderson, Carmelita Jeter, a whole bunch of people that I was like, oh my gosh. And now they follow me, and I'm like, y'all follow me.
Who are you?
So it's I just like the freedom that the class gives you, it creates that type of energy. And it's definitely a no judgment zone. So much to the point where I've become a dance fitness instructor from it. I've been doing that now. I've had my own class since January, but I've been doing it for a year now, training under Dwight. And I'm trying to start my own class, but it's for women who are morbidly obese, 3X and up. Just trying to get them comfortable with movement and their body, and getting them comfortable with the idea of even going to a Dance Your Pounds Off class, because sometimes it could be intimidating.
What was it like doing the show? Were you nervous about like documenting your weight loss journey on TV?
So I was more so nervous about not having control of what they put out because they recorded whatever, everything they recorded, they could take and pick and choose how they want to create your story. And I think I was more nervous about what they were going to put together for me, especially in the room. Like, a lot of people didn't know I was dating women at the time. Like,
were you nervous for that to come out?
Oh, yeah.
Because to hear you say that I remember I didn't know. I feel like you were dating women, but I didn't really know, and no one was trying to get in your business. And tonight I wanted to bring that up, but I didn't know how to bring it up because I was like, does she be telling people?
Man, I'm an open book. When I said that on the phone, like, I'm so open about that because I feel like you make yourself sick when you hold stuff in, that it's like, fuck you. Why are you judging me? I don't care. And if it's something that you're against, I mean, okay, that's your prerogative to feel the way you feel and mine to feel the way I feel. At the time, I didn't really feel like, niggas is crazy. Men are difficult. And it was just easier to date women. Honestly, you didn't have to guess. You pretty much knew what the intention was. And you knew where you stood because women just communicate a lot differently. And
better.
Yeah. And it was fun. Like, it was fun. So, I don't know. Sometimes I miss it. I'm not going to lie. But I know I want kids. I want a family. And I want like a traditional structure. I know that. So, yeah. I know. Sometimes I be wanting to duck out.
Try something a little different.
So I'm curious to know, like, before you went on extreme weight loss, what was life like before you started thinking about, or have you always thought about trying to lose weight? Or were you just kind of like I don't really care about my weight. I'm not thinking about health. I'm not thinking about any of that. What anybody thinks. Like, what was life like before you went on the show?
That's a great question. I don't think anybody ever really has asked me that. Which is odd because why wouldn't you? Dang, so life before the show was different. It was a roller coaster wave. So the confidence journey started before I lost weight. I think that the mind definitely gets to a place where it's ready for certain things and then it will stick. I think sometimes we rush towards things and it doesn't work because we're not ready. And so I feel like that's how every diet that I tried to do prior to going on the show, that's why it didn't work, because that wasn't my destiny. That wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. This is. And I had to set myself up for that. So unfortunately, this is what I had to overcome, you know? Life sucked internally, like, truthfully.
Even when you were like a kid?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Life was great as a kid. Like, I started gaining weight at 10. Now, that sucked because nobody really knew why. My mom was taking me to the doctor, taking me to nutritionists, and it just kept coming. And the doctor was like, when she hits puberty, it'll level out. And I hit puberty and it like took off. And I'm sure at that point it was probably self-control, because by then I was overeating. Like, I was sneak eating. My mama and daddy both can cook. And it didn't matter what we were eating that night. It was going to be good. And I was probably going to go back downstairs and sneak something if it was spaghetti. I remember going downstairs and taking the spaghetti and I'd be like, and then I'd take a spoon of the sauce and put it in my mouth. Like, it was fat shit, for real. I enjoyed it though. Like, I enjoyed it, truthfully. So, I mean, it was what I was doing, but I didn't like the way I felt about the way other people felt about me. Truthfully, that's what I didn't like. Because I always loved myself. I always wondered, like, why people like, bro, what you tripping about? But people have their things. People like what they like. People don't like what they don't like. I think the most bizarre thing I ever heard was somebody tell me that their friend had fat phobia, so they couldn't hang out with me.
They told you that out loud?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So bitchy.
That was the weirdest shit I had ever heard. I was like, so she's afraid of fat people? And she was like, yeah, so we can't hang out.
What? Were you an adult when someone was young?
Yeah, I was grown as shit, actually.
I was hoping you were a kid.
No,
when that happened.
No.
People
I was probably 24 or 25. I was a freshman at Clark.
Wow.
Yeah. Freshman or sophomore. It was in that area.
So when did you get to I'm sorry, can you go ahead?
What was dating like for you? before the show?
So I've always been a little creamy. You know what I'm saying?
What does
I never
that mean?
creamy like bitches
Fluid.
loved me. Like when I was
creamy.
creamy like cream. You know, okay, I got that from pledging Delta. The bros always say
I
cream.
ain't never heard that, but you also know I don't be around nobody.
Well, the bros always say, you know, I got cream or whatever, meaning like chicks like them. They like a chick magnet or whatever. They look good.
And we're talking about pussy cream.
Well, no. I'm talking about like if I'm juice, like I got the juice type situation.
Got you. I got the cream.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. Like my energy, I guess, is magnetic. So it didn't really matter. I could just be having conversations with chicks, and if they knew I was gay, that was automatic. Like they was already there for that.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be bad. Like I had to move from my house because bitches used to come to my house like throwing rocks at the windows and shit. So much to the point where even now, like dating and stuff, I won't give anybody like any type of inkling of where I live because that shit scarred me. Like I don't need to
driving
them crazy
breaking your
What were you doing to them? You could tell us. This is the type of show where you could tell us.
What was I doing to them? You know, I guess bitches is not used to getting picked up and stuff like by another woman.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been picked up by a woman.
It's fun.
I actually think I would be kind of nervous too. I'd be like, do you really got me? Because I'm not trying to bust my head.
Just like this. Yes. But I'm pretty strong too. So that's always fun to bring out. That was always fun with women. Like I could toss a bitch real fast. So it was fun. It sounds bad, but
it doesn't sound
I'm very
bad.
aggressive.
You pick like a
I
nigga.
I pick niggas up. Yes, I do. Big Tigger. Best story. Okay, so I saw him at Painted Pen, and when I picked him up and spun him around. And I was drunk, and I put him down, and he was like, "Nigga, you just picked me up." And I was like,
Yeah,
I did. Love you."
Do you know him, or were you a stranger?
I was doing his makeup when I worked up at Channel 11. He would come up there on Thursdays for a segment he was doing for Atlanta and Company, and so we got to know each other on that. So when I see him out in public, even now, like. Matter of fact, homie, give me tickets to the Hawks game all the time.
So weight has never like caused an issue for you dating.
It did with men, you know, because men are a whole lot more shallow than women are. That's why it's so much easier for bigger guys to date because women aren't looking at men like, he got that fat roll hanging out over his, pants. Like, women just don't look at it like that. You see it. It is what it is. It's there. For men, I think growing up, if they friends wasn't fucking with it, they wasn't fucking with it. Like, honestly, especially here in the South, which is weird because they thicker down here.
Yeah.
But I was fat. Like, I wasn't thick. I was fat. So it was, and there's a difference. So, I would date somebody for a while and they would like me off my personality. You know, the big girls always got a great personality. But it wouldn't stick because their homeboys would always have something to say about it.
And would they be open with you about that, or would it just be like they just stopped talking to you? I
mean, it would be different things. You would get the stop talking to you. You would get the. I did have one guy tell me, my friends keep talking about you and I don't like it, so I'm gonna just have to cut this short because
that is so crazy and it's sad.
Of course, as a teenager, you're not gonna stop hanging out with your homeboys, over this chick, So it is what it is. But yeah, I've had a wide variety when it came to men. And my dad always told me, and this is what opened the door up for women. My dad always told me, with big women, he was like, men will take advantage of you. He's like, they'll use you to cook for them, pay for their stuff, like stay in your house. But basically they know big girls are easy. So I didn't want that to be me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be no bust down. I didn't want to be a thigh. I didn't want to be ran through. Now I definitely, it happened. I seen it happening. And I said, okay, my daddy has said this was going to happen. So I'm going to stop this right here. And then I in return flipped that and did that to women. So it wasn't good.
Did any of that ever take like a toll on your confidence, on your self-esteem?
Yeah. That's what I had to build back from. Like I had a friend tell me, which these is those Merriweather friend. What is it called? Fairweather.
Friends.
Yes, Fairweather friends. But she told me, she was like, yeah, my boyfriend was telling me, you're not even really that big. Your arms just big. And this was like before I ever lost weight. But I guess he had told her that I look intimidating, like I would probably beat him up or whatever because my arms look so big. And so my arms were like for the longest and still even sometimes today, my biggest insecurity, because I do feel like that. I do feel like I look like, I make the joke all the time. What's that game with the dude with the big arms?
I know what you're talking about.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
I feel like I look like Wreck-It Ralph when I walk in the room, like I'm about to fuck some shit up everywhere I go.
Brandi, stop. I feel like I can't laugh at that. Because you don't look like no goddamn Wreck-It Ralph.
It's crazy
how
how
you
we
felt.
see ourselves and other people don't.
Yeah.
So, of course,
I feel like I
what
look like
keeps
a turtle every time I say that. People, I do. It's just a thing that I have, and I think I look like a turtle.
But it's that thing, like we
Yeah.
are our toughest critics, and so I do see myself a certain type of way. I have body dysmorphia too, so it
What is
didn't
that?
matter.
That
Your
when you're looking at
mind,
yourself.
your mind doesn't catch up, especially when you lose weight. You don't see what everybody else sees. You still see what your mind remembers, and so that's why I have to take a lot of pictures so I can see what I look like, because my mind plays tricks on me. I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, girl, you done put on about 50 pounds, huh? And then, so I have to constantly get on the scale. It's a sick game. And I don't know, like, taking pictures saves my life because it keeps me sane.
This episode is brought to you in part by Native. At Native, we create simple, safe, effective products that people use in the bathroom every day. We create products with trusted ingredients and trusted performance. Not convinced? Check out the 8,000 5-star reviews from our customers. Native is an all-natural deodorant. It's formulated without aluminum, parabens, or talc. It's filled with ingredients that are already found in nature, such as coconut oil, which is an antimicrobial, shea butter, which is a moisturizer, and emollient, and tapioca starch, which will absorb the wetness so you don't have super sweaty pits. There's no animal testing, and shipping and returns are completely free. It worked. I was skeptical about natural deodorant. I know I've shared it with you before, but since actually trying out Native, I'm absolutely in love with the formula. Native can hang with your workout, a busy mom life, or a 16-hour day, and I have plenty of those 16-hour days. Like I said earlier, they have over 8,000 5-star reviews. They've been on the Today Show, in Women's Health, Elle, Good Morning America, Pop Sugar, so many places, and now they're here with cocktails. It's worth it. Aluminum may be linked to some serious health ramifications. As we get older, we realize how important our health is, and even the tiniest switch in an everyday product could possibly make the world of difference. Native comes in a wide variety of enticing scents for men and women, plus they release new limited edition seasonal scents throughout the year. Right now, I'm using the lavender and rose scent. It's nothing that's too overpowering, but it is refreshing, and nobody wants to be musty. It's no risk to try it out. They offer free returns and exchanges in the U.S. And if you subscribe now, you'll save 17%. You can have Native conveniently delivered to your door every 1, 2, 3, or 4 months. Since using Native, it might sound weird, but I don't have that cakey feeling of deodorant. And I've also noticed that when I wear white t-shirts that are kind of tight under my arms, there's no like that deodorant stain that I used to get. I don't know what the chemicals were in the other stuff that I was using that I was getting from the store, but Native isn't giving me those problems, and I'm loving it. I love the lavender and rose scent, and I love how effective it is, because again, I was really skeptical, but listen to me, guys, it's great. For 20% off your first purchase, just visit nativedeodorant.com and use promo code cocktails during checkout. Again, that's 20% off your first purchase. All you do is visit nativedeodorant.com and use promo code cocktails, COCKTALES, during checkout.
Yeah.
What do you think about like a lot of the body positivity things that's on social media. I saw a bunch of stuff from magazines where I know body positivity stuff started with bigger women just trying to find their own confidence and sharing their pictures online. And now I think it was like Vogue or Cosmo or something. They were saying how, people need to stop shaming skinny women and how it's the same thing. And then a lot of girls were like, it's not the same. The shame that skinny women get for how their bodies look is nothing like a bigger woman. What do you think about that?
I'm confused. Well, I would like to say that how people feel about themselves, regardless, like they're valid to how they feel. So if they are small and they feel like they don't like the comments that they get, okay, that's valid. You feel that way. But there's no comparison. Like, not when you're teased and taunted by a wide variety of people. I remember being teased in Spanish. I didn't even know what the fuck they was talking about. But I was in gym and they was like gordis,
Oh, no.
gordita, and I was like, that's some shit at Taco Bell, ain't it? And I had to have a friend told me that means fat girl, little fat girl, and I was like, oh, I'm getting picked on in Spanish, and the reality of every time you walk anywhere, you could go into the nail shop, and I know, I just know I felt like every time I went to get my feet done, they was talking shit about me, especially trying to come through, sit in their chairs, they funny acting anyway. So it just.
Have you ever had to put somebody in their place? Or do you just, if somebody's saying something, do you just ignore it?
Yeah. Yes, I've been in lots of fights about my weight. I sometimes, so what's hard is on social media now, like if somebody says something, crazy now, I try to remember that people are people, and I have a platform and a responsibility to just be a little bit higher of a person, thinker. But sometimes I fall short of the glory. And as people like to say, I have a few minutes and I'll take a few minutes on that day and say whatever it is that I need to say. But it depends on my spirit in the moment and how they catch me, honestly, as to what happens. Sometimes I'll be like, bruh, you don't even know me. It's all good. I went to the fair with my friend at the beginning of the spring, the Atlanta fair. And we both were bigger girls and we both lost weight. And so she hit me up and she was like, let's go to the Atlanta fair. They're here. First weekend, we got tickets. We went. All we wanted to do is fair shit. Like we wanted to get cotton candy. She wanted to get a funnel cake.
Like how everybody wants to do.
Right.
Hot dog. All the
rides.
Right. Game,
I wanted popcorn and cotton candy. She wanted a funnel cake and some deep fried Oreos, and we shared everything. Like we went and sat at the picnic table, and we had like a little smorgasbord of bullshit. And I heard somebody say, I could see them gaining weight by the minute. I could see them gaining weight by the minute. I heard that clear as day. And I was so calm because I said, nigga, I will probably run circles around you, But that's because people see what they see. And I think for me now, that's the best feeling, especially when people come to my class or they come to a Dance Your Pounds Off class and they think they're going to get Dwight. And then they see me and they're like, oh, this is probably not going to be that hard. And then we start and they like, well, wait a minute. I wasn't ready for this. That's a great feeling for me. I live for that moment, honestly. Wow. So I don't know. It's been. I don't know if I answered the question. I don't even.
You did. It was great what you said.
I talk a lot.
I don't even know what the question was.
remember what the question
was. It did. It made.
Oh, do you ever have to check somebody?
Yeah.
Put them in their place.
Yeah. But yeah,
you did answer it.
I do.
So okay. So then, like, we fast forward. You're going on the show. What made you be like, I gotta drop some pounds, or I'm going on the show? What was that moment?
So there was a girl that I met while I was at Clark Atlanta University. She's a sorority sister from Gamma Sigma National Service Sorority. And she passed away when we were 29. She was a week younger than me. So my birthday, then a week later, it's her birthday. She had a heart attack. She was overweight. And it started scaring me. I started living every day like,
that could have been me.
is this gonna is this going to be me? Like, I might not wake up tomorrow. Like, she was smaller than I was. Like, that could quite possibly be my fate, basically. So it became an everyday fear. And that was different too, because I had never really thought about it in that way prior to her death. I did have people that I lost from being overweight, but they were never people I was directly connected to. It was always somebody like a friend of a friend, you know? But this was a friend that I tangibly had a relationship with, and she was no longer here. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Wow.
Okay. So one day I was watching television, and Biggest Loser was promoting their television. They were doing their casting for that season. And I saw it, and they were like, we just left Atlanta. We're headed to Cleveland. This is our last stop, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, how the fuck did I miss Atlanta? Okay. I had a line sister, Sierra. She's from Cleveland. I called her, and I was like, yo, I'm about to book this Greyhound ticket. I was a struggling makeup artist at the time. So I was like, Greyhound, about all I got, sis. I'm about to catch this Greyhound. Can I stay with you while I'm there? I want to go to this casting call. She was like, sure. She went with me. I made it through to the next round. I remember the way they set it up. It was kind of like a horseshoe for the seating, and the casting coordinator sat at the front, and it was probably about 10, 13 people sitting around the little horseshoe, and I was directly in the middle. And they asked your name, your hometown, how old you were, what your occupation was, and why you felt like you would be great for the show. That was it. That's all you had to sell yourself, about 2 minutes. And, everybody was giving pretty generic responses like, I want to play with my kids, and, I want to be happy and healthy for my niece and be a great example. And I feel like people look at me and they don't understand me because they won't get past looking at my size, stories like that. And when they got to me, I was like, my name's Brandi Mallory. I am 29 years old from Atlanta, Georgia. And honestly, I just want my body and my mind to match, because I never really looked at myself like I was fat. Like, I really didn't live like that until my friend died. And I was like, oh, bitch.
It's no problem.
Bitch, you fat. Like, we gotta, I can't. Like, that could be you. So I was like, wait a minute. I want my mind and my body to be one and the same. And so I was the only, I stood back. Everybody came up to me. Another thing that was different about me at that casting call, I had a low fade at the time with like curls at the top and like designs in the side. I wore like big earrings, My makeup was done. I had like a bright purple shirt on, a pencil skirt with like a little split in the middle. And then I had like some glitter bottom shoes.
You didn't just like go in some sweatpants and a big old shirt. You
sis
was
didn't
like...
walk in like she looked pathetic. You know what I'm saying? I walked in like I was some goddamn body,
Right.
The way my mom and my daddy raised me. And everybody else just kind of looked frumpy. And the guy was fingering through the applications, and everybody was coming up to me like, oh my gosh, I really like your shoes, and I really like those glasses. I have me some little cat frame glasses on. And he pulled my application out. I wasn't trying to talk to nobody. I was watching the dude finger through the applications like, just pull mine. Pull it. I was the only one he pulled. When he pulled it, that's when I clicked into everybody else talking to me. I was like, oh, okay, hi, how y'all doing? But so I made it through to the last round, and I didn't make it out to the casting week. I received an email, and I just told myself when I didn't make it on Biggest Loser, I was like, man, okay, I'm probably gonna be like this for the rest of my life, because I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I done tried every diet under the sun. That same story. So fuck it. This is what life is about to be like for me. And I need to just start accepting it, embracing it, and move forward. And then that April of the following year, 2013, I got a phone call from the casting coordinators of Extreme Weightloss. And they said that they received my information from Biggest Loser, and they wanted me to come out to their casting call because they felt like I would be a great fit. Then they called me. Oh, yeah. that was God the entire way. They called me back and told me not to come to the casting call, just come to the interview. Like, God floated me onto that show. I prayed over everything I did. And when I went out there for the casting week, it was like 33 people, and they were going to cut down to like 16. And they only had like 13 episodes. 2 of them were like combined episodes, like father, daughter, mother, son type situation. So I just knew I wanted an episode. And they made us do, like, they told us, we want to see how bad you want it. So I never took the elevator. I always took the stairs. I never took the van from the wellness center that we worked out at and did all our testing and our filming at, to the hotel we were staying at. I always walked. It was about a mile. And at the time, like, thinking back on it, that was like taxing to walk a mile. It was like, oh, child, I'll bust down a mile run right now and be okay. Like,
you're better than me.
So
I'll be like,
sometimes I'm huffing and puffing coming up those damn stairs in the front.
when I came back from the show, I was running 10 miles for breakfast.
What?
In 2 hours, I was running 10 miles.
how long is that show? How long are you on there?
We did 11 months. They say a year long transformation, but there's a month where they're not with us, and we're kind of supposed to be doing our own thing to lose weight. But nigga, we don't know. We not.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's new.
Yeah, like, it's hard working out, and it's hard for anyone trying to lose weight if that's just not
Working
your
out,
life.
eating right.
I'm living this life for 20 years, and you want me to come and do all this new stuff. You showed it to me for 2 weeks while I was at boot camp. You like, go home, do it for a month. If Chris comes and surprise you, that's how you know you made it on the show. So for that month, you're supposed to maintain your weight loss. If you gain weight, they like, hold up, we might not need to pick you. So that's the pressure you're under. We had weekly calls that we had to call in and check in on. And, you got the producers like breathing down your throat like, this is a lottery ticket. How the fuck don't you come and cash this in? Like, y'all better get out there and lose this weight. And you out here like, bruh, I don't know what to eat for real. Like, y'all made that food for us. What am I supposed to do? And so that was scary because you just knew you wanted it. And but when I got that, when he popped out and was like, we choose you, I was like, well, let's go. And I knew from that moment it was go time, and I wasn't going back.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to make sure that I learned everything that they were teaching, because I knew I would need it for real to maintain this. I knew I was going to need it for real. So
How much did you weigh before you went on the show?
The largest I was 400. I lost about 40 pounds while I was at Clark, just walking back and forth on the promenade, different stuff. Right. But when I started the show, I was at 329. And then I got down to 178. I technically dropped about 16 pounds of water weight. So physically, I never really got down past 191. But that's why I didn't get skin removal, because I never really got to that weight. But they wanted me to look like a champ in the end. I really appreciate that, because I worked really hard. But the weight just wasn't coming off. I even asked them one time, like, do you think that ethnicity has something to do with what's happening? Because the black people wasn't losing weight the same way the white people were.
What did they say?
Then also some of them white folks was cheating. Like, real shit. They was taking dietary supplements and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to compromise my integrity like that, because, like I said, I knew this was going to be a lifetime commitment. And
so if you didn't get to a certain weight, they didn't remove the skin.
Right.
Okay.
You didn't get it, and they would give you an extra 3 months to get it at the end. But you actually had to be that weight. And what they did is they would make you wait an extra month. And then come weigh in, and you had to still be that same weight.
Oh my goodness.
But you have to understand, you're dealing with ex-fatties for real. So it didn't matter what you did. 20 years versus a year, that ain't shit. And you put us back in the real world, and we got to make these choices for ourselves, and
pressure.
Nobody's buying our food for us, taking us anywhere. Like, I know casting, like the weekend we filmed our finales in LA, I just met up some of my girls and from the show. We were talking about this. Excuse me. But you had a crew. Me and my roommate was walking past to go to the donut shop, just to be honest. We was trying to get down to the donut shop. as we're walking past to get to the donut shop, we look inside Denny's and see about 6 of our castmates inside the Denny's having a full-on smorgasbord. The table is packed with plates. And I'm like, Denny's, bro? But honestly, anything was better than what we were eating raw-ass salad, like, no dressing. Like,
it's hard.
Yeah.
Probably fucking choke.
Right.
Dry ass salad. So when you lost the weight and then you had the extra skin, does that affect your confidence? Like when it's time to take your clothes off?
Yes.
Like
For
when it's
sex?
time to have sex? Yeah, let's talk about sex.
I can tell you about my first time with a girl and my first time with a guy.
Okay.
Women vocal as fuck. My ex-girlfriend was like, I just remember I was about to go take a shower and I'm walking past and she's like, broke my heart. I was like, fuck you looking at? She's like, I mean, you know, Brandi, it's kind of funny looking. It does look a little nasty. It's like cottage cheesy.
Does
and
that
like,
hurt your feelings?
Yeah,
My damn feelings. It didn't even
because
happen to me.
I've worked so hard to not still fall in this category, and I'm here still. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it does attack you a little bit. And she was like, I didn't mean anything by it. I felt like I'm looking at it, and I'm really more so intrigued at how the body just metamorphosizes into different things. And I'm like, girl, bye. I don't care. That hurt. As opposed to a man, I remember my first time sleeping with a man. I remember I was so scared to take my clothes off. Like, so petrified. I was like, this did not go well. And when I tell you that man wrapped his arms around me, he could tell how scared I was. And he just came and put his arms around me. And he started kissing all over my body, my stomach. He was like, I love all of this. Like, you good. We good over here. I was like, we good? He was like, yeah, we good. Then I was able to let that thing loose. So we was good after that. But,
oh my! So then after that, it's like safe to say that you were never really self-conscious anymore. After that, when it comes to sex, you were never like, it was just like, look, you don't like it.
That would be a lie. Writing fucks with me still.
What do you be thinking?
If I'm not working out, like lifting weights, working out, like if my shit ain't tight, my core is not like
strong,
I feel disgusting. Like I went, because I stopped working out for a second. And I went through that phase where my muscles were kind of melting back into fat. And I felt sloppy, if that makes sense. I didn't feel that before because it was tight. And even though the excess skin was there, it didn't bother me because, like I said, my core was straight. But when that started going south, I was like, well, wait a minute. I'm starting to feel like down on myself. Stuff I like to do, I don't even want to do because I like to ride. But I didn't even want to do it anymore because as a matter of fact, as a bigger girl, I always wanted to get to a certain place so I could ride because I had, if little girls got a problem trying to stay up there on that thing.
Sometimes my thighs be burning.
Okay. I don't know what y'all thought somebody 350 was holding on to. Okay. I'm struggling over here trying to do this. So, honestly, I think losing weight was the best thing for me. But as long as my core is tight, I'm with it. I'm with all the shits of everything. I'd be over there on the side of my damn... What?
Do you have a certain type of man that you go for? Like, do you like bigger men, or are you okay with dating a little guy?
Oh my gosh, I do not like big men at all.
Really?
Yeah, I think I have fat phobia.
After we just talked about that girl at the beginning.
No, okay, so I had me a little thicky experience one time, and I will say riding a thicker guy was a lot easier. But I definitely go for me a little skinny chocolate drop.
Skinny chocolate drop.
Yeah, they got them things. Okay. So yeah.
And what about women? Do you have a type of woman that you go for?
Yes. Chocolate with a fat ass and some nice titties. That's
She said, I ain't got no titties.
No, a mouthful is titties. Anything bigger than mine is titties. y'all were talking about how girls get away with like doing
Just
certain
saying
things.
the most vulgar shit.
That was me in high school, and I didn't. And at the time, I was fucking with guys, but that was me in high school. I used to walk around and grab chicks on the boobs, grab their booty. They're like, Brandi, you're so crazy.
That's really how that goes. You be like, girl.
Right. Next thing you know, I'm out here like, well, I guess I like that for real. Okay.
What was your first experience like with a woman?
And when was it? Were you in high school?
Okay. That's okay. The first time a girl hit on me, I was in 9th grade and I freaked out. I was like, because I liked it, but I was scared. So I was like, ew. But I used to have like daydreams at the grocery store, me like just walking up to this fine chick on the chip aisle and just making out with her. I don't know where that fantasy came from, but it was real right, fat girl shit. But it was a real fantasy for a very long time. And you asked me, what was the question? Sorry.
What was that first experience like?
Yes. So I think with women, women are aggressive. So I liked girls that looked like guys. Mm-hmm. I was studs, so to speak. That's what I would go for. Or what I would always look at, because I think I was just used to looking at guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it made it easier to not accept the fact that this isn't a guy. Yeah. Because you kind of look like one. So I remember I used to tell my mom about this girl my senior year in high school. I would take my mom to work and drop her off. Mm-hmm. And I would see this stud girl walking across. I'm like, dang, she cute, but she was short. She had gold teeth. She had like 3 gold teeth. And one of them had a naked woman in it.
Oh my God.
But she worked with my mom. I was like, okay. I was like, he cute. My mom said, that's a girl. I said, oh, she cute. I started working there probably 2 years later. The girl jokes with my dad and says, I'm going to get your daughter. Right? I didn't know about
bold.
this. I didn't know about that.
That is bold. My dad would be like, you're not working here.
Well, my dad said, oh, my daughter probably going to punch your ass, like if you try her. He didn't know, obviously,
that you'd be dabbling in the pussy sometimes.
Right. I hadn't yet, but I wanted to. Like, I just had crushes on girls at that point. I didn't have the confidence to really do it. I tried to get this one girl, but my game wasn't really strong yet. And my best friend got her before I could.
No.
Yeah, he was... Fuck him. But we talk about that all the time. Like, nigga, I bent the corner and you had her bent over on the couch. Like, for real? But, I was telling y'all about my first time with the girl.
The girl with the gold teeth.
With the naked girl in it. And she told your daddy, I'm going to get Brandi.
So she came over to my station at work. She basically was talking to my friend, telling her like that she liked me or whatever. And so my friend comes to tell me. Next thing I know, that night, I worked the night shift, like the graveyard shift. That night, I'm on, she left to go home early, and we get on the phone, and after that, we was together. I don't even really know when we said, oh, we finna be girlfriend and girlfriend. We was just together. It only lasted about a month. Okay. Cause what I didn't know at that time was gay relationships move really fast and they end really fast.
Like, dang.
So she already had like a girlfriend she was with for 4 years, and it was like an on again, off again situation. They had kids and everything. Well, that girl ended up calling my phone. Mm-hmm.
And what'd she say?
She was like, oh, Chiquita said that y'all supposed to be talking or something like that. I just wanted to call you and let you know that's over with.
Oh, she was like, look, I'm taking my girl back. I know y'all have fun for this little month.
Right. It's been cute. It's been cute or whatever, but mama's home. So it was one of those type of phone calls. And I was like, that was the first time that anything evil had happened to me. Mm-hmm. I was crying. I'm not gonna lie. Like I got off the phone and broke down. She called back and was laughing. I didn't know that it was her. When I saw the phone ring, I thought it was Chiquita because she called from her phone. So when I answered, she was like laughing at the fact that she could tell I was crying. She could hear it in my voice.
That is evil.
But that was the first time something like crazy evil in the dating world had ever really happened to me. Like there was outside of like my homeboys, you know, they keep talking about you and I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? But like evil, like I'm going to intentionally like poke at you.
Yeah. So have you seen a difference in your dating life before you lost the weight and now? Is there any differences?
Yeah, there were things that I would just go with because I was afraid to say anything because I just wanted them to like me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was coming with so many negatives already that I just wanted them to like me. So I would go with shit. Whatever it was that you... Down to like we ain't going on dates nowhere. We just kind of fucking. That's the relationship. And I would just be
okay
like,
with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then even though inside I would be like, but I want to go and do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That same girl, that my first girlfriend I was just telling y'all about, when we broke up, she it was because another young lady, like, and when I say broke up, again in the gay world, you not together no more, but you still be fucking around. You know what I'm saying? So we did that for about a year. But that goes back to like having low self-esteem and not really knowing where to go because I really like this person. And what you mean we not about to do this thing? We was kicking it for a whole month. Like, slow ass, dumb ass, young ass Brandi.
That's everybody,
like, it's a whole month though. What you mean?
Been in situations like that too, where you keep fucking with somebody that you know you about to be sitting in the bathtub listening to Beyonce crying, and I'm still going over to see you tonight. Like,
so I still go for the bad guys. Though,
those are hard to get rid of.
I just I can't be with nobody who pussyfoot around. And I'm a straight shooter. So I need somebody who has a backbone and can put me in my place when it's needed.
Yeah.
And I know that takes a certain type of person. And I can't fuck with no square. Like, if I'm bored, I'm cheating. Like, and I already know that. I already know that about myself. If I get bored, I'm out. Emotionally, I'll be like, oh, okay, if the money's good, I'll stay, but I'm cheating. Like, I'm gonna have me a side nigga, basically. Like, I'm gonna get a side piece.
So are you in a relationship now?
I'm in a situation that I'm trying to figure out. I'm in an on again, off again relationship, about 5 years. Right now we on. We're gonna see how that goes. It's so we decided that it's time to like take to the next level. We're gonna try and move in together.
Don't do it.
Reconsider. But here's the thing. Once you've experienced pretty much everything else and you're still choosing to do this thing, it's like, well, then
but it's like we're choosing to do this thing. We're choosing to move into a home with each other. And now we really are stuck. When we go through those moments that we had for these 5 years, now we live together and we probably start sharing shit. And then when we over for real, now it's harder.
Well, here's the thing. Somebody's not going on this paperwork.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
That'll make it
Somebody's
easier.
not going on this paperwork so that whenever, if ever, I say whenever, damn. But if ever.
Right, because it might not end.
Right. If that were to take place, it would make that situation a lot easier. And we're trying to be realistic about it. Like, nigga, we've had a rough patch. We'll see how this goes. Let's be realistic about it. And I mean, I got love for Shawty, so I can't walk away from it.
I feel you do
So,
your thing, girl.
we'll see how
I
it
just always
goes.
got to say my piece when people say we moving in. I just got to be like, no! But maybe it'll work out.
Oh my God.
Maybe it
We'll
will
see
work
how
out.
it goes.
I had a question that I was wondering. After you came off of this show, did you have to get a therapist?
I had a therapist while I was on the show.
Okay.
I had to ask for one. I mean, that wasn't something they gave you. Of course, you had to do like a psych eval before you went on the show. But I'll say probably six months in, I said, yeah, I need to sit down and talk to somebody. Cause y'all bringing some shit up right now. And I need to talk. So, but I felt weird asking for that because, people don't really look at getting like psychiatric help in a good way. Like they always look down on it. Nah, I needed somebody to talk to.
Girl, I'm not mad at you.
I went.
Was it helpful?
I learned some coping mechanisms. I'm not going to say anything other than being able to talk about things with somebody who is unbiased. Because a lot of times when I try to talk to my mom about stuff that, you know, maybe I experienced that I didn't really like, or if she'll ask me a question and I try to give her a real answer, like, well, you know, I didn't like it when you did it to me, you know, it goes left because in her mind, she feels like I'm attacking her parenting. And that's not really what it is. It's just more so I probably would have handled it differently, you know, and that's how I feel. And so just having somebody who's unbiased to talk to is always a good thing. But she gave me coping mechanisms, especially like if you run into a situation you can't change, here are your options. You know, you can basically go with the wave. Like you could go with whatever it is that they're saying. You can leave that bitch where it stands, walk away, end it, don't have to worry about it at all. Or you could fight it. Like, those are your options. What are you going to do? Whatever you choose, you got to stick with it.
Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm an only child.
I'm used to getting everything I want, too. So when I don't.
You're really spoiled as shit.
When I don't, it goes
rough.
left really fast. So that's something that I am working on. My mom is Italian, so she's very aggressive in everything that she does. My grandmother apparently was called Sarge. She was a dictator. My mother is a dictator. I have become a dictator. And I'm trying to break that cycle because niggas don't really like dictators.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
It's hard to break those cycles.
I
and
talk
that's all
a
you
lot.
know.
That's right.
It's good. It's
But
better
what
than the
was the
dead
original
guess we
question
get.
again?
No, you answered the question.
Yeah.
You did. Sometimes
Okay.
they just steer off into other conversations, and that's totally fine.
Okay.
Before we move on to indecisive, Diane, I'm curious to know, do you still struggle with some things as far as like, you know, being like, okay, let me not eat this or let me not. Do you still have a struggle with like the health part of losing weight?
I'll say the food part is the hardest part for sure. But that's because I've been doing things to try and play with my diet to figure out what works best for me. Like taking, like I don't eat meat now. I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. And I like it. I do eat salmon.
So you'll eat fish, but not.
I'll eat
meat.
fish every now and again. But that's because I started lifting weights in January and I needed the extra protein.
Yeah.
So in January I took that back on, but I won't go past that. And I really try to stick to white fishes, healthy, fattier fishes. But yeah, like I
Are you stuck on losing weight the good old fashioned way, or have you ever thought about getting plastic surgery?
Or even just a weight loss surgery.
I'm going to do skin removal surgery for sure. That's what I'm working on right now. I have, if anybody would like to donate, right now I have a Cash App. I'm working on my Splash page to get that set up so people can donate through that. But if anybody would like to donate, the Cash App is $ Brandi Mallory. That's Brandi with an I.
Tell me.
And I'm taking dollar donations.
I know that's right.
People do a lot less with a whole lot more. All I'm asking for is $1.
Right.
So, but yeah, I want to do skin removal surgery. I'm going to go against any form of weight loss surgery that has you like cutting your stomach in. Like, come on, bro. Like, God gave us these things this way for a reason. And I've just seen and heard too many horror stories of people like them not being able to stop losing weight. So they just basically gonna die. Like sometimes because you don't know how it's going to affect your body, you're walking into your own demise. And it's like, if you could just, and then to be quite honest, a lot of people feel like when they have these surgeries, they don't have to do any work. And what I find, I don't want to say funny because it's not funny. It sucks to really do something like that major and drastic, and then to find out that like you still gotta fix your mind. You still gotta eat right. Like I had a friend who had it and had VSG, and she was still eating oxtails and macaroni and cheese. And I was like, bro, I'm almost certain you're not supposed to eat that. Yeah. And of course, she put her weight back on. I had an aunt that had it twice and put her weight back on both times. So, like, there's no guarantee with that. But the end result is a lifetime change. Whereas if you just choose to figure it out, figure your body out, figure your mind out, a lot of times when we're holding on to things, especially as plus size folks, you're a food addict. And so you eat your feelings. If you could figure something else out to do in that moment, as opposed to going and get some ice cream or going and getting some fatty food that you really love that you don't even realize you're doing, but you gotta check in with self and realize you're doing it to stop yourself from doing it.
So the something else that you figured out to do was the dancing classes.
Yep.
Okay.
Dance. That's
and you really be dancing. I'll be looking at the videos like, y'all really dancing.
Yeah, I was on your Instagram. I was like, I'm tired watching shit.
I need to come do a class.
I love it. Dwight is great at what he does. And some of those dances, like especially when he's good at reading energy. So when he's teaching them, he just knows how to pull things out of you. And if you're going through something, he just can see it. And he knows how to attack that and get you to pull it out. Because Dance Your Pounds Off is not just about weight, physical weight, pounds. Dance Your Pounds Off is the weight that you may carry from bills, from a bad relationship or a toxic relationship that you may be in with somebody. Just an escape. It's an escape for people who want to check out for about an hour. Do something different.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is.
That is, dang, Brandi, you're just so amazing. I could do this all fucking day. You've been so great. We're gonna move on to Indecisive Diane. Then we're gonna come back and do some advice that I can't wait for you to help us with, girl.
Okay.
Before we move on to Indecisive Diane, let me tell you a little bit about one of our sponsors, Lola. Lola is a female-founded company offering a line of organic cotton tampons, pads, and liners. They now offer sex products too. I've been using Lola since we first found out about them, and the subscription model is great. It makes your month so much easier. You can fully customize your shipment. You can put tampons in there. You can put pads. They even have these personal cleansing wipes that I really like. I've recently changed my birth control, so I only have my period 4 times a year, but I've been able to change my subscription to update the frequency to kind of go along with my cycle. That way I don't have a surplus of products in my bathroom counter. The Sex by Lola line is also available for subscription. You can add it to your period subscription, so everything is conveniently delivered all at once in discreet packaging. And do good with every purchase. Know that every time you make a purchase, Lola donates feminine care products to homeless shelters across the U.S. They also have their Sex by Lola line, which includes the condoms and the personal lube. The personal lube has a one-click pump system. It's a water-based formula, and it's hypoallergenic. I know a lot of you guys may have sensitive down south areas, and it's made with 95% organic ingredients to create a long-lasting lubricant that perfectly mimics natural feminine moisture. It has a long-lasting glide, the dispenser is mess-free, and it's made without the irritating chemicals that can aggravate your pH. I really love the convenience of Lola. I am a super big fan. It's just so much easier. There were so many times when I was like stuffing toilet paper in my underwear to run to the store late at night to pick up a box of tampons or to get some extra wipes. And it just makes it so much easier that I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's automatically delivered to my home. Nobody knows what it is. There's no secondhand embarrassment. And it's just absolutely great. And I want you guys to feel the same way. For 40% off your first month subscription, just visit mylola.com and enter code cocktails when you subscribe. Again, for 40% off your first month subscription, visit mylola.com. That's MYLOLA.com and enter code cocktails, COCKTALES, when you subscribe.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
All right, right, Diane. So what cute little date idea do you have for us this week?
Hey, ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane, and let me tell you about this cute little elegant venue located on the Porsche test track. You gotta love it.
Okay, so what's it called? Girl, did you say Porsche?
I said Porsche. Here's the name of the restaurant. It's called Restaurant 356, located in the Porsche Experience, Atlanta. If you don't know what that is, I'm not gonna tell you. Google it. You're gonna love it.
So what's the address?
It's 1 Porsche Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30354. Go there. You're going to love it. Your man's is going to love it. Or your girl. You guys are going to go there. Have a great time. It's expensive, so don't go with the broke man. Thanks, Diane. No problem, ladies.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you got to let these niggas know. Where are we going?
Yes, and it's not just to your house.
And I'm not just ordering off the happy hour menu.
I will go by my damn self. I take myself on the best date. Shit.
Right?
Okay, now it's time to move on to advice. Remember to email your advice letters to askcocktails@gmail.com, and hopefully we'll read it on the show. I have one pulled up, and the subject line says, I would like to remain anonymous, but in need of advice. She sent it on the 19th. Okay. Hello, I just discovered your show and I'm addicted. I'm in need of some advice. I'm 25 and I just moved to Atlanta and I'm newly single and I've tried dating apps and it's just not working for me. I can be a little shy and nervous when flirting due to being a plus-size woman. I regained my confidence and I'm ready to get back out there. I wanted to get your advice on some nice spots in Atlanta to meet a nice guy with good dick. Also, some tips on flirting. Thanks in advance. Now, I don't know how you're just going to pick up the good dick at the bar without much. Like, that's kind of the luck of the draw.
I mean, that's
See, here we go, being aggressive.
But you know what? I also feel like you got to manifest what you want, and that also includes these dicks that we're looking for. I have had some great luck just, like, getting great dick randomly at the bar.
But it was luck. It wasn't like you looked at him and just knew.
You don't just but you do set your intentions for the night. So maybe try that.
And, you know, some people just need a little instruction. It's a hidden good dick up under all the bullshit. Now, okay, she also said some advice on spots and advice on flirting. What do y'all think?
Okay.
Spots. So, hole in the wall. I mean, I go to hole in the wall and leave with something every time.
At a hole in the wall?
Hole in the wall is
really?
Always somebody there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like there might be babies, though.
Okay, you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, she only 25.
Okay.
Right, she might have fun for real at hole in the wall.
You definitely will have fun and you will get drunk.
You definitely will.
They got a whole
probably ain't been
bar hop situation over there. You could just hop around and have a funky good time. Go over to Buckhead bars, have fun over there too. And then I think another thing about partying in Buckhead, like you're exposed to so many different types of people from all walks of life, from everywhere. So you might get you a little some from
somewhere else.
Right.
I would also like to suggest the Regent. I was just telling Kiki, when in doubt, go to the Regent. It's in the shops at Buckhead on top of American Cut. You get there, you take a little elevator up. It is always a good time. Every time I've been, whether it's by myself or just with a girlfriend and we have nowhere to go, we go and we end up meeting guys. Last time I went, met some rich ass Indian dudes. They bought us each a bottle of Dom. It was amazing. Not saying that's going to be your experience, but it's a really fun place to go and everyone socializes. I like places like that. Like everybody just be talking to each other.
Yeah.
And maybe take a couple shots before you head out and just Uber. And then maybe that will help your nerves. I don't know how you act when you're drunk. So if you know you can't do that, don't do that. But if you think you can have 2 shots before you leave the house, calm those nerves, get out, and maybe just hold on to your drink, get a glass of wine or something light while you're out.
Set that drink down.
Okay. Now that's what I would do. And then only who knows what happened that night. So don't get carried away. But good luck to you, girl.
Good luck, girl. Like, flirt a little. I love flirting. Okay. This one, I don't think we've read it because it looks like you just forwarded over here. I just want to fucking be normal.
Okay.
Hey ladies, it's Rex again, and I'm here asking for advice on a real sensitive topic. Okay, so I have a lot of sexual trauma. I was sexually assaulted twice, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get to a place where I don't compare certain aspects of intimacy with my partner to my previous traumatic experiences. I'm not sure if you guys have been through something similar or even if you're open to discussing this topic at all. I just want to know what you guys think. I know you're not doctors or anything, but I just want to hear your opinions. Also, I'm going to make a Finsta.
Fake Instagram.
Oh, I'm getting old. I'm going to make a Finsta in case some of the listeners want to DM me and help a sister out, because this shit is draining and it's consuming so much of my being. Please help a bitch out. The Finsta is at Rex No Sex.
Girl, we just told you what a Finsta was at the meeting last week. Me, you, Lex, and Drea.
I forgot that quick. I guess it's different seeing it
seeing it written down.
Yeah, seeing it like I had to like pronounce it like a Finsta. Finsta. I was like Finsta. Okay.
Okay. What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question was she was saying that she has a lot of sexual trauma, and she was sexually assaulted twice, and she is trying to figure out how to get to a place where she doesn't compare those aspects, make that a part of like her sex life.
I hate to sound so cliche, but I think that you really do need to try your best to seek out a real therapist to help you work through those issues, because us just telling you, you know, it may not be the same experience, and to be careful and just guard yourself. You're going to have to work through the stuff that you went through, and I don't think you'll be able to just in your mind put it behind you. You need to talk those things out.
I would also say I wouldn't run from everything. I know that might sound weird, but just to elaborate a little bit more, one of my castmates, he was molested by his father.
Oh no!
And this might be bad because this is recorded. But basically, like he was dating one of the girls on the cast, and like she told me he liked when she would play with his butthole, but that's because sexually that's what he was familiar with, and he struggled with whether it made him gay or not because he liked that. But my whole thing is that's all he knew, and for like 4 or 5 years that's how he was having sex. And what are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So I do think it takes being with a strong woman to get her to open her mind up to that, and the fact that you possibly aren't gay, but this is just kind of like something that turns you on at this point, because that's what you knew sex to be. And so that's how you gained pleasure for the longest. I don't know. That's kind of hard. When I say accept it, it is what it is. Like you like what you like. So it's unfortunate that this thing happened, and I'm not saying it's not traumatic, but I'm saying maybe that could be an option for you to kind of embrace whatever. If it is something that might be freaky that you like,
and you're like,
I don't know if it's
like
traumatic in the sense that like if you're having sex with a guy and he goes to choke you, you freak out, or if he doesn't choke you, you feel like
something's wrong with you because you want to be choked. You kind of want to not breathe.
I can't tell by the question which way she's coming. Which way she's going with it. But if it's something that you're feeling turned on by, I guess is the angle I'm coming from, embrace that shit. And the person that fucks with you is going to fuck with you regardless, especially when you tell them your story. Like, how can somebody not?
I didn't even think about that aspect of it.
Yeah, I didn't. I think both of y'all gave really great advice. She also asked if you guys have ever been through something similar. I've never been through like anything. I've never had sexual trauma, so I am not going to give you any advice because I don't know what to say. I'm kind of with Kiki on that. I do think you should still seek some professional help if it's really bothering your mental. But it was all solid advice.
Yeah. And then I've heard too from people who have had these experiences where it affects their mental and like sex becomes painful. Even when we had, what was her name? Courtney Jeter. She was a sex therapist. She was telling us about how sometimes people have sexual trauma and like sex hurts. Because of whatever has happened. It's like their body is trying to protect itself, I guess, from whatever happened before, and they're just having these memories that are coming up. So you really got to find somebody who can give you really good tools to work through that if it is more of a mental thing versus somebody did some freaky shit and now you might feel a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah. Well, good luck, girl. I hope it works out. Write us back later and tell us how things go. I have one more pulled up. The subject line says, help me with my cue. Okay. Hey, ladies, I just want to say I love your show. You can call me Chris, and I will try to keep this short. I've been messing with this guy on and off for about 6 years. I really like and care for him. I truly feel like he is in my life for a reason. We were talking and stopped because he got into a relationship with another girl, and that crushed me. I bet it did. They were together for a year and even had a daughter. was quick. Once their daughter was born, they broke up. Shit. And eventually we found our way back to each other. It is like I can't stay away from him. He's smart, charismatic, sexy, and funny. But this time around, I want a real relationship with a man and not just a sexual relationship. I had a talk with him about this, and his main priorities are school, masters, and his daughter. I understand that because I have the same priorities myself. On the other hand, there is his baby's mother who he believes will try to make it harder for him to see his daughter if he gets into a relationship. And yes, she still has feelings for him, but he no longer feels the same way about her. I believe he shouldn't base his choices on his baby's mother's emotions and actions, but I feel torn and do not know if I should still continue with this man or move on. Please help.
Don't do
Sincerely,
it.
Chris.
This is
move
one
on.
of those situations where, Chris, you do know what you should do. You don't
That's why
want
you
to
wrote
do
us.
it. You don't want to do it, but deep down inside, we've all been there before where you know you need to stop fucking with somebody. You know it.
I
and you
thought I
keep
wrote
fucking
that.
with them. I was sitting here like, I've been in this situation so many times. When somebody does not, when you have to keep saying you want to be in a relationship, you have to keep like making it seem like you're important in their life. Not saying he doesn't care, but this man is not going. He left and had a
told you
he's not going to get with you.
He doesn't want to get in a relationship for whatever reason. Doesn't matter what he said. He gave you a reason as to why not. And whether it's true or not, because he could be fucking lying like some people do. If he's going to have a problem with seeing his kid, do you really want to be the one that's pressuring him to not see his kid?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in that position.
Since he's not going to wife you up. That's what I'm saying. He's not wifing you up ever. Like and if he does, you're going to be very sad because it's going to be out of guilt. Like it is. You see some women where they just make somebody get with them and it's going to be very sad.
Yeah.
You need to find a way to get over this and you need to get him out of your life. You're probably beautiful. You can probably get something way better who didn't leave you and get married and have a whole daughter. Go find someone else.
Yeah, I think that once somebody like literally skips the fuck past me and get with a whole nother bitch, we got to reevaluate some things.
Right.
You
got
together.
with her and had a baby.
You can't come back.
And I'm not saying I've been there before where someone did do that to me and I did let you come back, but you got to stop now. You let him come back and he's not.
We're telling you from experience.
Yeah,
girl.
this is experience.
We've
This
been
is
through
not
that.
going to be there's no positive
You'll be
outcome.
crying
I'm
and
dealing with
shit,
the crazy
driving
baby
by.
mama right now.
It's not fun.
5 years. Like literally, I thought I wrote that. I was like, dang, did somebody
Did
sneak into my
My
life?
friend right there.
And submit this
And they
bitch?
knew I was coming on, and she was like, "I'm gonna send, bitch. You need to see. You ain't gonna send it. I'm sending it."
Right,
Chris,
right.
we love you, girl. Get rid of that nigga. He gonna mess your life up. Be glad
Drop
you didn't have the
that nigga
daughter.
off.
Okay, and now it's time for us to move on to our cocktails. So remember, if you have any sort of confession that you'd like to make, send in your cocktail to cocktails.atl@gmail.com.
If I want fuck, I'm gon' fuck 'em. But if he ain't got a buck, I won't cuff 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Want a double D, so stuck 'em. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, was a hoe.
Okay, so who wants to go first? I'm reading one.
I'm reading one too. I don't have an OG. Maybe you go first, Brandi.
Okay. So I was dating this girl one time, and this really fucked me up for a very long time. I was fingering her.
Mhm.
And so imagine somebody laying on their stomach and you're fingering them basically from the back. Right?
Okay.
I just made the
I'm
hand.
really trying to picture
That
it.
sounds
assertion
grand,
and
though.
everything.
Wow.
And basically when we were done, she climaxed, she goes to the restroom, and you know how you do things with your hands all the time, like, wave.
Yeah.
All right. And it creates wind.
Oh.
Right. I caught a whiff of some shit, and I was like, why do I smell shit?
Like actual
what's-
shit, like pooty.
Yeah,
Okay.
like shit. Like the kind like when you
Number
take
two.
a shit. Yeah. and I was like, why do I smell shit? And I looked at my hands, and it was a skid mark on my hand of shit from where I was fingering this girl. And basically, she did not clean her booty well. And I had shit on my hands.
That's ridiculous.
Did you make her feel bad? I feel like you didn't.
I didn't.
Okay.
I ran and washed my hands while she was in the bathroom. And I did not do things with women for a very long time after that.
Could you imagine if she would have came back and be like, it smell like shit in your house. It smell like...
Bitch, it's you. That's when you got to bust out.
Yo, skid mark booty on my motherfucking hand.
So that was one of the girls who was throwing rocks at my window because I had to 86 that one. I was like, oh, you don't even clean your booty well. Like, what if I was on some impromptu, let me go down on this girl? I wasn't at that phase yet.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the beginning. I remember my first time eating cool. I had put...
Ooh, I never heard it called.
I put a stick of gum in my mouth. I didn't know what it was going to taste like. So that was around that same time. I was still in that beginning phase of getting comfortable with certain things. But I just wanted to try things with her because she was really amazing at eating pussy. And so I was just, I don't know, I guess I just got into it that day and I was going at it. But I didn't expect shit to be on my hand. That fucked with me for a second. Yeah.
That's literally some bullshit.
That is.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you have one up?
I'll pull this one up. Okay. This one is a cocktail. It says self-love in the car.
Okay.
I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, beautifuls. Hey, gal. I can't wait to see y'all at the Dallas live show. I'm so upset that I couldn't get a VIP ticket in time. I so want one of the goodie bags. She trying to juice us up to see if we'll be like, girl, we got it. No, we don't. Also, I thought I'd let you know that I recently put my cousin onto your show. She's still laying it on thing.
Thank you.
She can't stop listening to it. She's going with me to the show. Y'all really be out here saving sex lives.
Oh.
Okay, on to the story. It's been a few weeks since I last had sex, and sadly, I didn't even orgasm like I wanted to. The sex was great, but I just didn't orgasm. I'm thinking it's due to me using my vibrator on the highest speed for almost an hour each time I use it.
An
hour? I have that problem too. I love to make myself orgasm back to back to back. I always make sure I set a towel down because your girl's a squirter. She said that. She ain't say that, but she I've been feeling down, so I thought I'd stop by the sex shop and either buy new lingerie or a toy.
Okay.
I found a toy I've been looking for damn near a year. It was just meant to be. I bought the vibrator and just couldn't wait to try it out. Testing out the toys in the store made me horny as fuck. As I'm in the parking lot of the sex shop, I clean the toy with the newly bought toy cleaner. You know how the cashiers like to test it out before selling it. So I bought the cleaner so I could use it on the way home, laughing my ass off. Still in the parking lot, I pull my leggings down. Dang, and you had on leggings, you was really horny. Put a towel under me and made my way out of the lot. I turned it on and immediately I feel my whole body tingling and I slightly start moaning. I knew I wouldn't be able to drive down the freeway like that and needed to get my nut off quick. I parked in the nearby hotel parking lot and cranked up the speed. In less than 3 minutes, I squirted all on the towel. I was in and out the hotel parking lot in 5 minutes. My whole body feels so good. It still feels good. It's tingling and shit. I can't wait to get home and really go in. Best vibrator purchase ever. Many blessings. In need of local on-call dick in the DFW. Bitch, did you just now do this? I think she actually just now. She's doing this now. Ma'am, good for you though. Get it where you gotta get it.
Okay, I am not mad at you.
I'm not mad at you. I ain't never did that before in the car, but
I never squirted in the car. But I play with myself.
She had leggings on. It's not even like she had a dress on. She was like, let me pull these leggings down.
Well, she didn't want to have a wet spot. She knew what she was capable of. Ooh, okay, this one. This one says, "Hot diggity dog, that dick is devilish." Hey, Medina and Kiara.
Hey, girl.
I'm Meeks, new fan here, and I'm truly in awe of y'all and the platform you two have built for yourselves. I swear ain't no word I hate more than cock. It don't even taste good saying it, but cocktails got me. I've been binge listening to y'all shit 5 days straight, and I'm officially a co-host in my head. Y'all be talking about all the shit I be thinking, but I just don't have the courage to share outside of my immediate friends. Anyways, bitch, let me get to the point of this. Let me get to the point.
Okay, sorry.
Huh? Yeah, I think it's a knee. Yeah, there's a picture in there. Okay. Okay. It's day.
It's day.
It's day.
Okay.
A long periodical time, I guess is what it meant. There's a few typos, girls, since I've had any. And I'm at the brink of doing something a little strange for some dangalangs. So let's flashback, rewind to a time when my sex life wasn't as dry as shit as fuck as hell. My senior year of college, my friends and I got overwhelmingly fucked up before a fashion show and after a party. Everyone else had time to pregame and gradually get lit. I pulled up 2 hours late and wrecked the motherfucking boat. I was peer pressured into taking 10 shots in 15 minutes. Bruh, needless to say, shit got wild. And I left that after party without my kneecaps. Literally. See attached. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's why you sent these little knees.
Yeah, okay. The next day, my friends with benefits and I are texting about last night's antics. Let's call him Six Flags. Somehow that turned into a fake argument about him being my boyfriend and I can't give his pussy to nobody else. Boy, gonna get. This ain't that. I told him that was fully not the case, and if I ever bucked up on a nigga, I could fuck with deeper than just fucking. He was getting the boot. He ain't like that. Hence the fake arguing. But I don't care. Somehow that turns into, now I'm horny and I need to come get my pussy. Major side eye on the but now we talking. I reminded him about my handicap situation because y'all seen them knees. I'm usually on my Xena Warrior Princess shit, but I had to tag in the motherfucking Pillow Princess. He lived like an hour and a half from campus. Damn. So I had ample time to prepare. I rolled 2 blunts, showered, and adorned myself with glitter and body jewelry, then slipped into a cute little set. I was going to make up for my disability with aesthetics and my mouth. Okay. He pulls up and he's fully into the look. Duh. But having the key of life at the state of my knees, I turned on a dance hall mix and we chopping it up while I smoke and he undresses. I'm sitting on my bed. He sits in a chair. In no time, we're kissing, wild, slow, uber sloppy. He has one hand around my neck and the other gripping my hair at the root.
That sounds so sexy.
Mm-hmm. It does. He sticks out his tongue for me to suck and lick on it. That good shit, y'all. Mm-hmm. Next stop, the tater tots. He's sucking the shit out of one and switches between slapping, caressing, and DJing on the nipple on the other. Final destination, confetti. Yes, I name my pussy confetti, laughing my ass off. He looks me dead in my eyes and he pulls my panties off and shit, I'm looking back. What's good? He spreads me wide as he kneels before me. You know when your pussy's so wet, it makes that sound when your lips open up? I love that song.
I love that song.
Yeah, she's funny. Okay, at first he's just staring at my pussy, wild intense. I guess she like eye contact because my pussy starts pulsing. He hovers a smooth 2 centimeters over it and exhales real hot and heavy. Grazes my pussy only slightly with his nose and lips, then takes a slow lick from the soles of my pussy to the crown.
I got to get home.
Okay, my whole body jerked. He starts kissing my clit, soft and tender, just the sweetest kisses to ever kiss. At this point, my clit looked twice its normal size. I ain't never seen no shit like that. And by the look in his eyes, he hadn't either. The kisses turned into sucks, and I'm in full whimper. He pauses to watch, and my clit is going off like a motherfucking pager. Y'all remember those bulging effects in Missy Elliott's The Rain video where random body parts would bulge super big? That was my clit. He literally started drooling. Like the spitting scene from Big Daddy. I came off the site alone. That is single-handedly the sexiest shit I've ever seen.
That's sexy.
He proceeded to demolish me from there, tongue fucking me into lake, spanking my pussy, the whole everything. I was squirting non-fucking stop, so much so that when he'd spank my pussy or finger me, the squirt would get all over my own damn face because my ass be turned the fuck in. I love watching a nigga eat my pussy. He had this combo where he'd lick my ass, finger me with his thumb, and rub my clit all at once. Every time he pulled away, my pussy in his mouth would do the ooey gooey pizza cheese thing. Mm-hmm. This goes on for like 40 minutes, y'all. My pussy should have had no more. Oh, but it did. We're both extremely competitive, so I angrily threw my hair into a puff because, excuse the fuck out of me, sir, I do not go out-headed. I was even more grateful that I hadn't ate much beforehand because it didn't take much for me to throw up. It doesn't take much for me to throw up on some dick, but it also don't take much for me to eat it. Not that I have a vomit kink. Oh, you meant eat the vomit. Oh, okay. Not that I have a vomit kink, because this ain't that. But how else we gonna get rid of it as quickly?
You just move it to the side. You don't gotta
Well,
eat
I
it
ate it up. I didn't want to see it. Okay, we get to fucking, and the dick is hitting me in ways I ain't never felt it. You didn't even get to fucking yet? Okay, we started with standing back shots because knees and my pussy was just leaking down my legs. What I really want to discuss is the missionary, Kiara, Medina, Indecisive Diane, every one of y'all's asses. The fucking missionary. He was giving me these real slow and deep grind strokes. My whole body was trembling, and boom, I went limp.
You pregnant.
No, she went limp. I was gone for a smooth minute. Then it's like I jolted back to life. I was gasping for air, and I really had to wonder, did I have died? Did I have died? At first, I was chanting, please, please, please. Then yes, yes, yes. And then, you guys, I started crying. C-R-I-N-E, crying. I'm talking full fucking sob, y'all. For a split second, I could see fear in his eyes, so I gave the I'm okay nod, and he proceeded to plow through me like some snow. I let him finish in my mouth, then I smiled and let it ooze through my teeth. 'Cause fun. I tried to keep this as concise as possible. It wasn't, but that's okay. This was funny. Sorry for the novel, but I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm wet now. Okay, bye. Till next time, ladies. P.S. There's a mango in the subject line because I had to
let that mango.
I guess
Is that what that means?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
I don't know how much of that devil dick I could take either.
That
girl, 'cause
sounds like I would have been pregnant. You might be pregnant, ma'am. You pregnant? Like send these pictures of the baby. That is that dick that you. That's that I'm blowing your phone up all night.
Where and I'm not ashamed.
I'm not ashamed.
I might be throwing rocks at your window.
And I might pop up where you said you was going just to make sure you there. And I'm waiting outside. When are we going home?
Even in my old age, I would do it.
When somebody eats your pussy and they are so passionate about it like that, that will make you crazy.
It does. It's like literally snatching your soul.
It's snatching your soul. A lot of people don't know how to eat pussy, but when you meet somebody that is just like,
and they stare at you while they do it.
And they rub their nose across it.
Yeah. Breathe on it.
Yes. And then they talk to you and stuff. And then it's like, you be like, okay, I want some dick. And they wait.
Talk to your pussy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was a great cocktail. That was a great show, girl.
That was a good one. I don't even care that it was long. Thanks so much. Send another one if you have another encounter with the hot diggity dog.
Her ad-libs were amazing.
Yeah. She was like the Big Daddy spit. Y'all remember the Missy Elliott video? I knew exactly what she was talking about. Like,
you painted that picture, girl. Imagery. You should get into writing.
You should.
Yes, that part.
Brandi, you were dope. Thank you for coming. If you want to plug anything and everything, now is the time to do it.
Any and everything. Yeah. Guys, just follow me at Brandi Mallory because any and everything is definitely going to be there. If y'all want to support, send me a love penny donation. I'm taking pennies too, okay? Because pennies add up.
Look, I
don't think you can send that, but
I don't think so.
$1. I think $1 is the lowest you could go.
Send $1. Y'all got $1.
If you have $1 and you want to support a sister, I've been working on this weight loss thing about 6 years now. And it's time for me to have my skin removal surgery. Guys, I'm looking for $25,000. I was expecting $4,000. But the doctor talked me into so many things that I would like.
What's the Cash App again?
$ Brandi Mallory. Brandi with an I.
I'm about to send my dollar now. Let me send my dollar.
Mallory. And yes, $1 will go a long way. So far, I've raised about $1,300.
That's good.
Yes. And I'm going to keep this thing going. I'm probably going to do some fish fries. So y'all, if y'all just follow me, it's at Brandi Mallory on everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's all I really do. Y'all can stay in touch with everything I do. But yes, if you would like makeup services, I just opened a beauty bar and over in the AUC. So lashes, all of that, y'all come through. It's called Elizabeth Thomas Beauty Bar. And so my co-owner, he does hair. I don't do hair. So he's the hair. I'm the makeup. And we're looking for lash tech. So if anybody would like to find a home, come holler at your girl. But yeah, that's follow me there. In
That's
all
dope.
of those
You were
ways.
dope. Thank you so much for coming. I sent my $1. Y'all send y'all's dollars.
I can't find it.
Thank you, guys.
I think I'm spelling your name wrong, but I'll ask you when we finish. Okay. Remember to get your tickets for the Houston and Dallas live shows. They're available at cocktailspod.eventbrite.com. We still have general admission tickets. Please stop DMing me asking about VIP tickets.
Please,
you missed it. They
It's-
were on
it's still-
sale
you still
since
have a great
June.
time.
Yeah, it's still going to be a great show. You're going to have good seats. It's just that we are having sponsors donate goodies to go in the goodie bag. So if we've already set the number, we can't have more. And then if everybody's VIP, it's not VIP no more. So y'all just come. It's going to be fun. We're going to try to meet as many of you as the venue will allow because we do have time constraints. So we will see you guys next week on the show, and then we'll see everybody in Texas who makes it to the live show.
Hey.
Remember to also follow us on Instagram. We're at Cocktails Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Bean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Wait on the track.
Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Wait on the track.